Good morning, anyone who might actually be watching this. Or it might not be morning where you're at, but where I am, it definitely is. I got up early this morning, so I got about an hour I can put in on this. And of course, it's the modeling a car lazy way in Blender, but it's not that lazy anymore. Just the initial stage, as far as I can tell, but it's still pretty easy. And I think this time what I'm going to do is change the edge flow around the back window here and maybe show a few other things. So I'm going to go out of rendered view mode back to solid. And also, if you're wondering about edge flows and normals and how they look, another good way to test them is to go to the shading drop down here. Well, I'm going to turn my screencast keys on because apparently they're not on right now. There's a side panel that you turn on with the N key. Or you might have like a little plus there and you just click on that, whatever, but I use the N key. And just click on matte cap and it changes it to the solid matte cap material, but if you look closely you can see where creases and folds are, and if there's any weird normals they'll become pretty obvious. And this is a good way to see if your vertices are placed well for smooth texture, 'cause if you see any weird things sticking out or hard spots, you can always go back and fix them. This matte cap view makes it pretty obvious, and you can pick different matte caps. But for cars, it's probably good to use one of the glossy ones like this, because the highlights and stuff will pick out like all your surface transitions. Just something to think of, but let's get on to the edges. The last part I did was adding the wheel well on the bottom here, and I manually reworked some of it since the tutorial. I don't know if you noticed any difference, but just to get somewhat better edge flows around here. But I figured it would be too boring to watch, and I kind of explained the idea anyways in that video, so if you want to tweak at it some more, you can go ahead and do that. So what I'm going to do is this rear C-pillar on the roof here is got an edge flow I don't like, and I might do the back window too, because just to re-topo the edge flow here. Because was started out with the car as a cube, you can kind of see where the corner was when I smoothed it out and stuff, and pull the edges up, and I'm just thinking of getting it so the edges flow across even and nice for the way it is now. So right now, let's take a look at this. Thinking of doing is changing it so this edge, instead of truncating here, will flow all the way up and around that way. So what I'm going to do is just slide some verts around and maybe delete some edges and stuff. And I might change the edge flow along here so it's goes this way. It's not that the geometry or topology is that bad, it's just the edge flow that needs to be fixed. So, but it's still part of topology if you want to call it that. So I'm going to pull this one up here, and I'll probably just kick in a knife tool now. Go like that, and somewhere up here, I guess. So maybe that'll work. Now I can do limited dissolve, I guess, just one of these. vertex, I should say. It's bad. Oh. And it's still following that geometry. It's just better edge flow. I'm thinking of turning this edge flow here. You see, I have. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I know it's a little boring to watch, but I obviously have an end gun here and a try over here. A pull over here. There's still a lot to fix actually, but not all quick sometimes these things show up. What I think I'll do is join these here. Slide that back a bit. And I'm trying to think where I can truncate that. Go back to knife tool. Then let's put that up there for now. This is probably boring as heck to watch, but yeah, I'm trying to be quick about it. And I'm just going to change the direction of the edge flow here. Move this edge a little bit back, just slide along there. Maybe slide this one forward a little bit. A little bit. There. I'll just work my way up and I'll end up solving edges again. How do I do that? It's not too bad like that, actually. So. Normally there's a way to slide against a normal here, but oops. Keep thinking of the aim key in the other program, but this is select all in this program. Hey, so you have to go back to the numpad period or decimal or whatever you want to call it. Right, whatever. And I want to move that in the direction between those 2 points. So I am going to create a new transform. I guess it's considered an edge. And let's see. Still not sure if I like that though. So I kind of want this loop to go around up here like so. So I might do that. Yeah, I think I'll do something funny here. Yeah. What's going on here? Alright, I need to clean this up somehow. Alright. Hard to tell. Hmm. Well, I kind of want to push that even in further, but we'll see. We'll see. You know what way to see this is. So go back to object mode and try matcat. See how that area looks. It's not too bad. I think I'll leave it for now. Another thing you can check is add a subdivision modifier again and make the edges visible. And this will show it through the modifier what's going on. So yeah, the main part where I have to reflow edges now are on the windows here. As you can see, it causes it to pinch in here. So I could separate them out as pieces, but I'm not sure if I want to do that just yet. That's the only thing causing it to be weird. There's edge flow on the windows now, so I gotta fix that. But inside the column, you can see the C-pillar there. It's going up nice. It's not drinking too bad here, so of course this is the preview, it's not like the actual geometry. Oops. So I can get that get rid of that modifier, I don't need it. Go back to this. Yeah, see where these have stars, that's where you got to fix it. And that's what's causing it to pinch. And I can probably get rid of that little area too by reflowing it. So I just gotta work on the windows a bit. And to make this easier, I might inset the windows so they have their own little edge loop around the outside edge of the windows. Alright, yeah, I know, it's not the most entertaining thing, and it's probably not the laziest thing now. But it is something, if you want to have a nice model, you gotta do it sooner or later. So, I'm gonna do this like, go back to edit mode. And select face, select similar material. Now is this going to keep it to adjacent, or no, it's going to keep all? It'd be nice if you could select adjacent by material, so it just selects that window. There's probably a way to do that, but I don't know it offhand. Similar material. I'll just circle select. Alright. Now if there was a way to limit it just so it was those that were adjacent, I would use it. But I don't know if there's a trick for that or not. I like the idea of select material, it's just that I want to keep it limited to the ones that are next to. I think I did alright with circle select. So now I'm going to hit inset. And click it. I noticed that I have mirroring on, so it's probably going to be one of these. Boundary, I guess? Yeah, get rid of the boundary. You don't want the boundary creating that extra edge when you're, at least not in this case. So now I have a loop around the actual part of the window glass is defined, I can just redo the flow inside it. And when I cut this out to make it a separate object, you'll have a nice sleeve of edges going around too, which makes it smoother. So I should probably do the same for the back, and I should probably do it for all the other windows, but I think I'm going to focus on this back window right now. So it's a matter of changing the edge flow a little bit. But remember, you want to keep the topology pretty much close to what you have, so it stays fairly smooth. I'm just changing the direction of the flow. A few key places. Trying to think of how I want to reduce. Probably keep it smooth, but I gotta slide stuff a lot. So a lot of opportunity to reduce the geometry of this right now. You can see it in my head. And I think I can keep the curve nice too. But I'm trying to figure out where to go. I just have the edges kind of follow this edge flow here, all the way around the back. The trick is to do it while keeping it all quads or close to all quads. There are a lot of loops for this I probably don't need now. Not loops, but I don't know, edge geometry. Just taking my time, deciding where to go. It's probably tricky to explain it. You know what, I don't even need this one either. Just have to slide that other one way up. Those edges that fan out should help define the flow, and I can just slide that other one up. So I'll just do that. Yeah, it's keeping a nice curve. So. But it's good because it's also simplifying the geometry. Less fruits, less crap for the computer to process. Complicated isn't always good. It'll probably smooth better too, so. But it just takes time. Bridging this over here somehow. Probably get rid of that one. Have this one come over here. Like, Paul, what are you doing? Well, I'm thinking. So, let me jump in that close. Just need the center on it. And so trying to think of what your edge flows are going to do and smooth and all that other stuff. At least mentally. Part of that comes with experience, so. Didn't want to dissolve that. I guess it's tricky, isn't it? Alright. I want to get rid of that pole there. I do want to change the edge though here. Well, I might end up cutting this video short, but you can see what I'm doing, and I'm going to redo this edge flow here. Explaining it while it's going on. I don't know if there's much point, but you see the process here. So yeah, I'm going to cut this video short, because otherwise you're just going to watch me stare at it half the time. The idea is I want to get the edge flow so there are no weird vertices like where 5 points come together or 3 points come together, and just have a smooth edge flow around the perimeter of this and try to maintain the same topology over the general surface. But you saw how I did most of it down here, so it's the same idea applies up there. Just gotta work at it. So I'll be cutting this video short and probably catch the next one where I probably will work on the windshield area a bit, and maybe I'll add a sunroof or cut the doors out and stuff. We'll see. Till then, that's it for now. Later.